Hi friends, it's Melissa here and I'm back. It's just Ava coughing in the background. I think when you fall off the horse, the best thing to do is to get right back on and ride that thing. So after my absolute shocker of a day today, discovering that I had posted an unedited video by mistake and then wondering what the heck I'd put on it, I did post that video apologising, and I kind of poured my heart out on that video, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your comments made my day. My husband actually listened to the video and assured me that it wasn't so bad, and we told Sam about his poop song and he thought it was hilarious. And this was basically a video I'd made a while ago and I just had no idea what was on it. So I want to be real. I did think about deleting my video, my apology video, but I'm a real person and I do not ever want to present a life that isn't real to you. So anyway, moving on. This is a piece of Pink Fresh studio paper from the Dream On collection. Yeah, it's called Wish. That's the A side. I like the B side. Well, I think that's the A side. It's hard to tell with these ones, but anyway, has all these sort of uneven circles with lines, and I just think this one is crying out to be stitched. So I wanted to just show you my process of how I'm gonna decide what to stitch, what colours. So I've pulled these are the Amy Tangerine chipboard Hustle and Heart, and they have a lot of the colours in the kit, and so I thought I'd base my stitching off this, and I'd just show you how I'm going to decide what colours to stitch on here. Yeah, so I'm just going to do that now. I think I'll keep talking to you while I do it. So this is what I do with a lot of my layouts. See, that green is wrong. I will just lay out what I have, and that's marginal, and just see if it's going to work. That's too dark. That one might be okay, although I think more orange, yellow, maybe both, we'll see. This is a pack. Now, if you live in New Zealand, don't buy these from Trade Me because they're not good quality, but anyway. I wanted them because there was a whole lot of colours in there and it's cheaper than buying DMC, but DMC is the way to go because the quality is so good. Or Anchor. Anchor's the other one that would be good. That's wrong. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you my process. See, that's better. That one's better than that one. I'm going to get rid of that. That one's also, I think, probably pushing it. Now, I'm not going to stitch this on camera because that would be boring. I don't really need to show you stitching. I've shown you that before, and so have lots of other people. That's marginal too. That one's going to work. See, in an ideal world, I'd love to have all the colours, and then I could just create what I wanted with what I wanted, but I don't. So I'm going to have to make it work. So going through that, turn this over. Sorry about the crinkling. Okay, let's try a paler blue. See if that one's going to work. Yeah, I think so. So what we have here, I don't want to do too much because I think too much would be overkill, but these are the colours. I think, not sure about that one. I'll make my mind up when I go ahead and stitch it. Darker blue, maybe a darker blue, and a paler blue. No. Okay. Here's the palette. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about this one. I might have to do this one just to give it a bit of variation. Ava's just playing on the floor there. Yeah, so those are the colours I'm going to go with. I think this one, yeah, in between. And so what my plan is, I'm not going to stitch all of them. I like the uneven look. I'll have to work out whether I stitch every second one, I think. And obviously not too close together because I'll get holes. I don't want them to be joined together. I'm just going to randomly do it. I don't know what photo I'm going to scrap at the moment, but this is how I often get started. So with this one, I'm being inspired by the patterns and also by the embellishments. And then I'm hoping that the page will come together quite well. quite quick after that. I'm just going to watch TV tonight and do it in front of the TV, and I'll be back again with the rest of my video once I'm done. So I'm back and I'm showing you the stitching there. One of those purple ones, I went wrong with my piercing. I think I pierced them unevenly, but I decided I was going to cover that bit anyway, so I just stopped. And here I'm just using that other Pink Fresh cut apart, and I want the back, which has got all this stars and constellation. And because I love the other side, I had to sacrifice some of the cut apart, so I had to work out which area I wasn't going to use and then use that for this, if that makes sense. So here I'm just trimming it to make sure I get it the right size, and I'm happy with that. I did think about adding this green piece as another mat, but I didn't like it. I thought it was just going to add to the busyness. So when it comes to the making of this page, the main feature is that stitching. So when it comes to embellishing, I want to enhance the stitching, and you'll see what I mean, but not overdo it. But then I definitely wanted to use these because these chipboard pieces, they had been the inspiration for my stitching in the first place. And so here I'm just popping up my photo on some foam as always, and I just noticed that there's a little bit of the core of the paper showing where it hadn't cut properly. I've been having a battle with my glue, with my fine liner and my bigger bottle of glue, so I just went with that giant roll of double-sided tape. And I've just cut out there a major round of fighting with glue again. So because these are going on to the texture of the embroidery thread, they do need some extra glue. And now I'm wanting to do some colour matching, and I wanted to make sure that every circle had something on it of the same colour. And purple, I'm actually really glad that I covered up that purple, because purple was the main colour that I struggled with, because there just wasn't much in this kit. But we'll get there and you'll see when I come to do it. So I absolutely loved that big round chipboard piece and thought that it went really well there and just provided a good link between those pieces. And here I'm just going through, some of these are Pink Fresh. I think a couple of them are from the Vicky Boughton ephemera, and once I'm happy I just commit to it and glue it down. So those little leaves are Pink Fresh, and here I'm just adding some glue to that because there's no way that's going to stick down with just the adhesive that's on it. This one I pulled the what do you call it, like the sticky backed paper. I pulled that off because I wasn't sure where I wanted it. And then I looked at the crepe paper Oasis sticker sheet, but the colours weren't really matching with the Amy Tangerine chipboard. So I managed to get, I think, that little phrase sticker. I can't remember what it says. I can't see what it says. But I just put that on the bottom of the camera. And I think that's the only piece that I was able to get off that sticker sheet. I did struggle with finding something yellow. Here is the only purple item I could find, which is a exclusive, it's enamel button is basically what it is, and I love them. So here I'm adding an arrow. I think that's a Pink Fresh one. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And then the heart definitely is. And I had so much fun just going through and embellishing colour on colour and tone on tone. And I'm so happy with how this turned out. It actually turns out far better than I thought it would. Not all our layouts will be masterpieces. I've always got to remind myself that the story and the photo really is the most important thing. But of course, embellishing and scrapbooking has got to be fun. And speaking of fun, we're working on that word right now. These are exclusive to the kit. And to HipKit. I didn't particularly like the colour of those letter stickers, but I'm going to use them anyway. And I guess they do go with it. They're just a little bit dull. I would have liked them a bit brighter, but that could just be because I like bright colours. So I've added my journaling, and I'm just talking about how Sam loved playing with Popper. This is a really old photo. He must have been 2. He's now 10 and a half, so that's telling you how old. It was so old that I had to look back in my albums and make sure I hadn't already scrapped this memory, because I knew that I had some other photos as well. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that I hadn't. And I'm also going to have to make a heap of room in my album because it's jam-packed, so I have to do some shuffling. And that's what happens when you don't scrap in chronological order, but that's just part of it. So adding some of those enamel dots from the Chamel, I think, not sure what collection, but I love that she's got hearts and stars and dots, and that's definitely a piece of Vicki Boutin ephemera. I just wanted to tuck a couple of things under there just for a bit more interest. So it's a ticket, and this is a frame. It says favourite. I don't think it's going to cause an issue with my children. It hasn't. They've looked at this layout and they're not bothered. I must say that it was a case of who's going to get this background paper. They all wanted it. So that is my final layout. I've got a couple of close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this process, and yeah, I'm not going to delete my channel. I've gotten over my shock horror of my unedited video, and I'm keen to keep creating. So thank you so much. Your comments mean the world to me, and I haven't replied to all of you yet, but I intend to. So yeah, once again, thank you. Take care.